Right, so I have returned today to do another chapter thing of Youjo Senki, and as we know, it's been quite a while since my last stream of this actual manga. And yeah, I have always wanted to come back to this one, but I wanted to kind of get everything out of the way first, like in like my whole entire life. Right, everything's working. Let's drop you down. Yeah, so I want to get everything else out of the way before I actually covered anything again, like kind of bring back all the long dormant franchises that I've covered. So yeah, now I've actually got uni out of the way for this year, I will actually be able to cover this more often. And as I just realised, it actually happens to be, I think, 10 chapters I've missed thus far. So, with all that said, probably I've got quite a bit to catch up on, but I think we can actually probably do it in kind of a short amount of time. I think maybe a chapter every other day, possibly maybe even every day. I'm not too sure yet. See how the world goes, as they say. Never be too sure with these things. Okay, let's cancel some of the tabs down. We actually have way too many tabs open for some profound reason, but I do. Anyway, so let's get on with chapter 6. That should be there. That should be fine. So I've heard apparently that character actually is even worse than Kamoshida. Kamoshida is like the worst person in the universe on Persona 5. I was like, how can you be that much of an arsehole? Like, literally, man. Yeah, that happens. Thank you, by the way. There actually tends to be quite a lot of Youjo Senki wallpapers on the internet now, like circulating. I was quite surprised. I was like, you know what? It's actually kind of cool because Youjo Senki wallpapers are the best. But yeah, so I think what we're up to now is the War College. I think that's where we actually left off last time. So yeah, if I remember correctly, Tanya is going into the War College, which I think is episode 4 of the anime. I think, if whatever the hell they did with the timeline, that thing. Is it really quiet? Oh wait, hold on. That might have actually improved the ever so slightly. I think, unless my mic's just gone a bit weird lately. But the input up to the highest. Or was it just the thing's gonna? Oh no, everything's fine. The microphone itself. It's weird. So it happened on Thingy yesterday as well. On when I was trying to do Outlast 2, it was insanely quiet. I was like, why are you so quiet, microphone? But I think it's just because OBS tends to turn down everything for some profound reason, unless it's this as well as doing something. Huh? Hold up. Nah, things actually a lot better now. Anyway, enough of that. Enough of technical difficulties, as the old YouTube does with certain things, like all the goddamn time. Anyway, so yes, chapter 6 onwards. Let's go. So freaking hell! I just realised my computer is really needlessly bright. For some reason, I can never get the correct brightness on my computer anymore. It's either really freaking bright or really freaking like dim. It never is like in the middle. Anyway, so Common Era 1924, Imperial Capital Berlin. Well, I wonder what that is. I wonder what country that is. Yeah, I've actually come to realise that. Like, I was trying to do Outlast 2 yesterday. Though the stream went well, once it actually kind of terminated and actually went back over it on Twitch, it was really freaking slow. I was like, what the hell happened? But it was actually completely fine on the actual streaming thing, which made no sense. I was like, I don't know. Life just doesn't like you sometimes, as I say. As they say, life does not like you. I found it hard to accept. Imperial War College Selection Review Commission. Admitting the subject into the War College. The reason of quarrel is, ? So Major Yeah, YouTube streams in a nutshell just don't work. Like, it's one of those things. So Major Lurgen, Yeah, it's something like that. It's a German name. We know me and German names don't mix very well. Imperial Army Personnel Section Manager. I think it's common knowledge with me and German names. Graduated second from officers' school. No problems with the MP. Intel department report excellent patriotism and guarantees confidentiality. Brigadier General Ludeldorf. Deputy Chief and Staff of Service, Imperial Army General Staff. An officer who's even recommended by combat units. On top of that, it's someone who's passed in the first round. If I do say any words wrong, I do apologise in advance. Because I did have one person call me out. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. It's just sometimes my conjugation of words just don't mix very well. Especially with Youjo Senki, it's really freaking overly complicated words sometimes. The Imperial Army emphasizes diversity. Candidates who failed to enter War College can be reviewed on the second and third rounds under different criteria. Under the unbiased candidate review process achieved by anonymity, there's no shortages of people who pass on the second or third round yet. There's no shortages of people who pass on the second or third round yet. Went on to become the backbone of the army. I think there's missing a comma there somewhere. I'm not too sure. I'm like, is there a comma missing? Recent examples are the duo Situa and Ludeloff, both second rounders. TL No, parody of World War I Germany generals Hans von Sicht and Erich Ludendorff. Hey, I like it. Use of the puns, man. Use of the puns. The former was feared to be too much of a scholar, not fit to be a general. The latter was even deemed to be sharp, energetic, but had a habit of fantasizing. Yet still passed afterwards. Yet both are now considered pillars that will shoulder the future of the empire. I hate the word shoulder. I say it right and I say it wrong afterwards. There's never like one time I say shoulder. See, I can't say it now. If we are to reject this candidate, then we'll have to make this semester admissions 0. Done, freaking done. We'll make an exception today and lift the anonymity. Please open your sealed envelopes. This is just a kid. Not any kid. Not just any kid. The kid. The kid you do not want to kind of piss off in any way, shape or form, because she will come after you. Rare recipients of the Civil Wing Assault Medal to begin with, even recommended for Field Aviation Combat Medal, an officer who probably have been omitted unanimously. But the problem is, all these were done by an 11-year-old child. Promoted to lieutenant at the mere age of 11, graduated second place from officers' school, recipient of the Silver Wing Assault Medal, nominee of the Field Aviation Combat Medal, 62 kills, 52 assists. Ace of Aces, nicknamed Argent, served in training department. Wait, what did I say wrong? I was gonna say, did I miss something, or did I say something wrong just then? To laugh or not to laugh, that is the question. Prodigy, there is no better word. Is that a Shakespearean reference? Holy crap. Is that a mother effing Shakespearean reference? That's a riff on the old JoJo reference joke. Although it's urgent to train more mage officers, her age is just. No matter how good a mage officer she is, to be a senior officer is another. Might have said something wrong, I'm not too sure anymore. Self-consciousness has risen. My apologies about how she have. It tends to be kind of a recurring concept with me. Jesus Christ, I hit the wrong button again. They should really like kind of switch the old buttons to change the pages sometimes. There's no problem with her qualifications. Most importantly, her war merits. Local recommendations and formalities are all in order. She's an officer from accelerated training programs. Her knowledge could be disproportional. That's the word. On the tactics side, I was gonna say, I was looking at it completely incorrectly. Item 557 is her graduation thesis, written in officer school when she was 9 years old. The railway department spoke highly of it. Can an officer's school student even hope to write such a daring thesis? Devoid of infantility and juvenility? No wonder it's like a technical book. It's certainly spectacular. The abstract is plain and simple. Importance of material reserves, smoothing logistics by creating depots, that's the word, and standardizing containers, securing supply lines, reviewing stockpile status with scrutiny in order to prevent idle inventory. Alright, history lesson there, guys. Okay, let's go. History lesson. So, depot, a small material storage receiving logistics from the rear as a way station to supply the front. I think most people know what a depot is in English. So, yeah, pretty much everyone knows what depot is. I like the actual company as well on the actual depot. Translation notes are sometimes funny. Oh man, my back is killing me. Okay, so the director of the Army Railway Department requested the author to be transferred there upon reading it has become well-known story among the logistic people. No one expected it to be written by a 9-year-old. I want to have her at my disposal. Dun dun dun. I'm sorry, but it. I love it because it's like Google in anime. They have to change Google all the time. It's the greatest thing ever. It's like McDonald's as well. I'm sorry, but is there a need to carry on the review? In my opinion, there is no such need. Question. During field training officer school, there was another army college recommendation by Brigadier. Yeah, Brigadier. Is that Brigadier? Actually, no, it's Brigadier. Wrong one. General Wolkoff. Brigadier's the other one. I think you can actually say Brigadier as Brigadier sometimes. I think some people say it really weirdly. It's really weird. Yeah, I think it is. I think it's really weird how some people say Brigadier. But personnel department rejected it. I want to inquire on this. Brigadier General Situa, Deputy Chief of Staff on Service, Imperial Army General Staff. Savage Wendy's, thank you very much. Wendy's Twitter page is the greatest thing ever. It's the best thing in the universe. I don't know what's happened to companies recently, but they've actually kind of upped their Twitter accounts. It's the greatest thing ever. Like, Nintendo's doing it as well. Like, Nintendo's, America branch has got into the savagery as well. It's actually the weirdest thing ever, because it's like a dad of trying to, play off jokes. It just doesn't work very well, but it's sometimes still funny. It's weird. You should, if you ever get a chance, look at it, because it's kind of surreal. Because it's Nintendo making jokes. From what I have read, aside from age, the candidate Lieutenant Dugachav is unquestionably an excellent officer. Praise for her actions in Norden. Recommended for Army College directly by Field Commander Brigadier Wolkoff. That is to say, limited to her experience on the surface, her ability is lauded, yet no question was ever raised. There must be something more to it. Why wasn't she examined at the time? Who turned her down? I did, for age and insufficient war merits. As expected, Major Luchen. He is hiding something. I don't want to question your fairness. Setting the first time aside, What is your reason of requesting a re-examination this time? I have serious doubts on Lieutenant Dugachev's characters. Why would you have doubts on Lieutenant Dugachev's characters? She scored highly in both mental evaluation and Intel Department's confidentiality examination. Were you aware of that when you spoke? Yes, I have met her on 3 occasions, all during official inspections of the officer's school. Pro-Driven Drift. Oh man. I saw that yesterday. It was the most surreal thing in the universe. It was kind of creepy at the exact same time. Alright, so War College 1. So I think it's actually 3 parts, I think this arc is. And it goes into one of the war places, and I think after that point it goes into Norden, I believe. Right, so 3 years ago in 1920 CE, Mage Officer School, Berlin. The first time I thought she's an excellent officer candidate. First classer Dugachev, assume you're on the offense. Describe your tactics against half-surrounded enemy units. Yes. Break through the center, spread out in the enemy rear, and seek encirclement. That's the word. Yeah, that was a more surreal thing. It's like Sonic's Twitter account went, yeah, get rid of that. Like, stop. Because it's like a dad trying to tell a joke, like trying to be cool. It just doesn't work. It's Nintendo. You just don't get jokes from Nintendo because 9 out of 10 times they're really cringy or really just fall flat. It's just not. It's not a thing you expect from Nintendo. Note from the novel: first class is the most senior. Fourth class is the most junior in the officer school. TL note: it's based on a system of IJN Itajima Military Academy. I don't know why I said G. My eyes see something different sometimes. Break through the center, spread out in the back, encircle and destroy would be the best. Assume on defense. What to do if the enemy is superior? Retreat or concentrate all forces and break through on one point. Break through on one point to disengage, or split delay forces to cover the main forces' retreat. That's fast and effective. TL note: those were Shimazu-chan's famous tactics. Holy crap, were they? Huh. It's kind of cool actually, but actually happens to be. Persona memes and Nintendo don't mix, but I mean, I guess until they release Persona 5 on the Switch, they don't get their memes. They don't get to do memes. Afterwards, she answered all instructors' questions, no matter how hard the question she answered immediately, as if she already knows the answer beforehand. The second time was when lecturing in second classes. Standing on the platform at first class representative, she was younger than anyone else present. Tiana, I think Tojo messed up here. Second classes should be equivalent to junior, not freshman according to the novel. Dun dun dun! Holy crap. There's some disagreement here. The plot thickens. To all of you who made it through the narrow gate to the glorious Imperial Iron Mage Officer School, congratulations! Yeah, that's true. That I completely forgot. Yeah, Sega actually did help Atlas because they bought them out, didn't they? If I remember correctly. That's why, because they said they weren't actually going to release good old Persona 5 over here, and then Deep Silver came in and said, nah, don't worry, re-release it, it's fine. Do not kind of like cowering fear because we will do it. Because I remember the first time round that happened, Persona 4 Arena was region locked outside of America, so we actually had to wait longer to get a copy. So then Deep Silver came in and said, don't worry about it, we'll do it. And then they were like, yeah. Thank God. Because now Deep Silver and Sega are working on a lot of things together, which is actually kind of cool. Congratulated that flattery. Oh, no, not flattery, flatly. Congratulated that flatly. Wouldn't the congratulated people be concerned? Noticing that she is 9 years old, yet a mature person, I'm the upperclassman instructor for you second classers, first class of Tanya Dugachev. To put it frankly, we're in a difficult situation, hence, we'll always demand the best result. TL note, the Empire has been surrounded by hostiles since its inception, and was completely taken by surprise in Norden, so I don't know what's worsening. True. Dun dun dun. It's public knowledge that the situation is worsening, but she's someone who's profoundly alerted about it, which was rare even among active servicemen. I want her in the army now. That's what I thought. Because I want to reassure you, we have zero expectations from you. I'll make it clear, my job is a disease prevention in the Imperial Army. That is, purging the plague of incompetence from the Imperial Army. Fuck. Like, god damn. She don't beat around the bush. She tells it straight. You gotta respect that. Considering the situation, allowing incompetence to fester in the Imperial Army is criminal. I'm giving you 48 hours to quit by yourselves without bothering me. If unfortunately you can't decide if you are incompetent in 2 weeks... Wait, say 48 hours or 48 days? No, 48 hours. Why did I say 2 weeks? Wait, what? Oh, maybe because it's... Yeah, don't worry. I'll have to weed the ranks. Well, although we'll only be together for a short time before going to Valhalla, rookies, welcome to hell. Had it been said by a veteran back from the battlefield, anyone would have agreed. I consider a combat instructor who stayed true to the idea of the cost effectiveness capable, but she's a little girl. Holy cow! Okay, this is gonna be a thing to read. The third time was decisive. Dugachev gently caressed a second classer who resisted out of contempt of her appearance. Probably a neural interference spell that stimulates pain. Twitching like a shrimp? Are you trying to bait me? Are you seducing me with that stupid ass of yours? Maggot? I'm honest. I'm not discriminating against you. Hence, I'll not single out one maggot to punish. What collective responsibility means? This is to teach you handicapped brains. If it's too hard for you, try harder. Whew! That was an experience. For you useless pieces of shit, my advice of quitting is 48 hours. Seems to be too hard. I apologize. Not checking if you have brains before assuming so is my fault. Did she just pull a shaft neck tilt just then? That's enough, brat. Shut your trap. That almost rhymed. If we just listened to you obediently, what would you take us for? Oops, failed again. I don't listen to incompetent opinions either. Arrgh. Stay still. Although I'm confident with my mage blade, surgery is not. Is not my profession. If my hand slipped, it's just gonna poke into your brain. If you have one, that is. Let go. Somebody stop this lunatic. Apes need to be bound to operate on. Stop. Oh, and our sedatives, that's the word, unnecessary if bound. Whoa. What are you doing? Stop it, Dugachev. Mr. Instructor. She's a little bit crazy, say go down least. Like, holy crap. That's just kind of taken to the next level when you think about it. Like, she ain't wasting time. She's really just kind of weeding it out. She's weeding out the not good people in the army. No, sir. This is not lynching, because when restraining him from mutiny and insulting his superior, doubts on the existence of his brain arose. As commanders are responsible for their subordinates' health, I was preparing to conduct craniotomy on him. You can't help but love her at the same time. She's completely backcrap insane, but at the same time, you actually can't help but love her. She's the Pepsi to solve everything. It's true. Pepsi's are the key to world peace, as Pepsi did actually kind of put out. Did Pepsi's stock go up after that advert? Because now they know it's a world peace symbol. Must have gone up, the stocks. Must be worth a lot more money than it usually is. So back to 1924 CE, Imperial War College Selective Review Commission. And then she told the instructor sincerely, "I'm ashamed of being unable to educate subordinates satisfactorily." Said instructor concluded what he witnessed with one word: abnormal. This is abnormal. An officer candidate with mature personality and vision, one who clearly treats people like objects. She was already at a combat capable level then. In fact, 2 years ago, Brigadier Wolokoff and the Intel Department jointly submitted a recommendation for Iron Cross Second Class. 2 years ago, during field training, awarded a 9-year-old kid a medal. Dun dun dun. After putting the intelligence department through the ringer, they hinted that she probably participated in some top secret mission. During officer candidate training, Tanya carried out a successful long-distance infiltration at night, becoming acting commander of a scattered unit by chance, traversed through rebel-infested areas, saving an isolated friendly base. The intelligence department, though they were led by a warrant officer who rose through the ranks, they couldn't even imagine it was done by officer candidate in training. I understand Major Lucaren's concerns, but I must say your opinion is too subjective. Anyway, you investigated well. Keeping the intel department in check would be an issue. By that time, no 1% through. By that time, no 1% thought personnel section manager Lucaren was serious about bringing her up. Rather, they thought he was using another topic to criticize the intransparency of intelligence department's conducts that surfaced during the background investigation, and understood it as a personal department manager who emphasized fairness, casting doubts on the intelligence department confidentialism. Holy cow! She was the Phantom Thief. She rose at the ranks. Right before your eyes, watch us multiply, as the old song goes. Except for a few. Thank you for your efforts, Major Lucaren. We reject the request for her re-examination, but we accept the request for investigation in Intelligence Department. Thank you very much. In the heart of the Empire, some deadly poison is brewing. Good day, everyone. I'm Lieutenant Tanya Dukachev, 11 years old. This is poison I will pick. This is a poison I will pick. Officially a college student from this year on. Yes, college student. War college counts as a college. War college counts as a college, more or less a college. On the front line in the west, the Rhine front, I was woken no matter day or night to scramble and intercept every day. The rear is comfortable compared to the front. I'm surprised to have 3 warm meals every day. Oh man, I think you'd be proud. Keanu Reeves would be really proud of this manga. The more I think about it. The more I think about that scene as well in that film, it gets even creepier. It makes no sense, that scene. It's just that quote. It just makes the whole entire scene worth it. Like, the whole entire scene is so surreal, but just that quote at the end is like, yeah, that makes the whole entire scene. So, alert signal from Metal Gear Solid. Bang, 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 bang. Fire, attack, it's urgent. Boom, boom. Don't forget the wounded. This tranquility is maintained by soldiers holding the northern and Rhine fronts. Ah, curse the invaders. Because Corporal Sabyakova's ability have been demonstrated in battle, she has been recommended for senior officer course so that I can go to the war college without concern. I'm impressed by Lieutenant Schwarzkopf's arrangement. The hair products. That's I couldn't forget Schwarzkopf's actually a shampoo for your hair as well. That's a thing. Like, very much a thing still as well. People would have called this escaping grades, but in my memory that this is my second campus life, I should drop by today's mass. Under the glorious Reich Empire's education and scholarship policies, fees are not a concern. There's even an allowance. Even studying is an elite course. No matter what, get a good grade. Curse being X. Curse being X. Curse being X. You're here again, Tanya-chan. How Pios? Pios? How you say it? Pios? And I can spend the rest of my life working in that career. Take that, being X. Now, where should I stow the rifle I bought subconsciously? Imperial capital Berlin, Charlottenburg Army College. Charlottenburg? TL no. CF Charlottenburg place in Berlin. Yeah, see? Not even beating around the bush. You can see it straight away. It's Berlin. Oh man, these chapters are long when you think about it. it's like densely packed into a lot of like text. There is actually some weird architecture when I think about it. Wow. Wait, is the gate just suspended? The more I think about it, it's like there's nothing. Oh, this is a door. Yeah. Man. Granted, back then there was quite a lot of because remember correctly, didn't the building in Blade Runner, the one I swear that Deckard sleeps in, was built in the 1920s, and that building, I think it was designed by Frank Lloyd Wright. I believe it's Frank Lloyd Wright that designed that building. Yeah, that design is still way too new even for today's standards. And that building was built in the 20s, I think. So yeah, architecture was weird, and it still is. Like nowadays, it's nowadays if you look at architecture by, I can't remember her name. No, I can't remember her name now. But god damn, it's weird. Like it's I think it's a stadium somewhere in the eastern part of the world that it looks from this top very, 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 very wrong, like to say the least. So architecture nowadays is weird even back then it was, but nowadays even more so because it's kind of more expressionism nowadays. It's kind of like a strange concept. You have to know these things. My brother's an architect, so I tend to pick up on these kind of things as time goes on. But yeah, architecture, yo, it's weird. Anyway, good morning, Guard Commander Delagan. Good morning, Lieutenant Jigochaff. Pardon me, have you bought your rifle today as usual? Oh my god, is that Mogzus from Berserk? Ah, shamefully, I still can't help with my habit. No, that's not a bad habit. Looks just like a more kind of condensed Mogzus from Berserk. Oh my god, that's weird. Thank you. There's nothing more pleasant than reassured by one who rose through the ranks. At this age, she not only keeps herself combat ready at all times, her attitude towards NCOs is also appropriate. She has my respect. Regrettable. I was going to be shot by being X in the head if he suddenly appears. Pardon me, what have you come for today? As you know, today's a rest day, so there's no class. I'm using the library. The reference room is the dorm. Oh wait, I'm using the library. The reference room in the dorm is not enough. Okay, that makes more sense that way. Sir Warrant Officer, that's one heck of a haughty brat. Are you stupid? That's not a brat who smells of pee. That's someone still giving off the stench of blood from the battlefield. A brat who smells of gunpowder. TL note, Japanese expression of how young someone is. What? No, of course. I think would be a good superior. Of course, she would be a good superior. If she's my wing commander, be it assaulting stun or even rear guarding, I would be glad to carry it out. She will make a good name as a soldier, or lead a unit to achieve paramount glory. I know that after seeing countless officers, she is what we call a hero. Lieutenant Jugochav is going in. Man, that's some books. That is some books. Jugochav? Oh, so she is Tanya Jugochav. This intellectual person is. Right. Alright. Oh man, my throat is killing me after that. Oh man, okay. Alright. Alright. That was quite the chapter, to say the goddamn least. I actually quite like it because it just well built. Like it kind of allowed for the characters to kind of come. It allowed the kind of characters you wouldn't expect to be center stage come center stage and actually kind of develop the world and actually give some more context and see how they see Tanya. It's actually kind of cool because again, of this whole entire point, we see Tanya as this kind of insane nut job who gets a job done, who's also kind of, in some sense of way, kind of cute, but at the same time, she's also bloodthirsty. So you just don't know what to expect from her. But actually seeing some other person's perspective is actually kind of neat, because you just get to see how other people see her, and actually kind of see how, like, wow, yeah, she is pretty crazy. Like, she is kind of the crazy person. I mean, it's more of a lax chapter compared to what we've seen already, because the previous chapters have been kind of dense with action. This one was more kind of lavished in world building, which I think is actually kind of neat, because again, the thing we need most in this kind of manga, as well as the characters themselves, is the world itself. It needs to kind of be fleshed out. It needs to kind of allow us to see what we need to see, and actually allow us to develop what we need to be developed, to actually kind of go forward with it, and actually kind of get enough to actually know how this world works. Because again, you can have great characters, but if you don't know how the world itself works, then what's the goddamn point? But I kind of see they're developing the world quite well to actually allow you to understand what's truly going on here, and actually allow you to see how the ranks work, how everyone sees how everyone else kind of just functions in this world. It's actually kind of neat, because again, one of those things you didn't expect from manga like this, because again, they could have just gone forward with her just murdering people. We would have been completely content when you think about it. Like, we wouldn't have complained at all. But I think it's actually kind of neat that they're actually kind of taking it back and just allowing the world to develop with the characters themselves as well. Allowing it actually kind of take center stage, and allowing Tanya to kind of take a more passive role. Allow the actually other characters to kind of just express their, like, kind of opinions on her. Allow them to express how they see her, which is kind of the cool thing. So yeah, I think the War College arc will be interesting to say the least, because I think its arc will develop the world at the same time of develop Tanya's character, but as well develop everyone else around her. Like, I think it's kind of one of the things it's gonna do, and I actually think it's actually quite neat. So I do have hopes for this anime, this manga, if I ever say the words, will go. So yeah, with all that said, I have indeed been the driver. If you have enjoyed the stream as a whole, and you do want to leave a like, then do leave a like, because indeed it does help me quite a bit. If you have enjoyed what I do here, and you want to stay a little bit longer, then do leave a sub, because indeed it does help me quite a bit. But until next time, see you guys later.